folks. This is Pastor Mike Hoggard, pastor of Bethel Church in Festus, Missouri, and head of prophetic research ministry with another Watchman video broadcast. This is a picture of some of our watchers. They sent me pictures of themselves. Nice mugs, aren't they? I'm just kidding. This is not, I don't know if these people watch the Watchman video broadcast. I wish they did. This is a perfect example of what happens when you try to interpret the Bible. I will tell you that we have no business interpreting the Bible. Do not interpretations belong to God. That is what Joseph said, and I believe that. No prophecy of Scripture is of any private interpretation. You're going to find out what I mean here in just a minute. Oh, by the way, before I get into this story, we've got several things here. We're going to be talking about militias and government intervention, and we're going to be talking about threats to kill Obama. We're going to be talking about things in the script. And, oh, man, I tell you, the Wailing Wall, man, we've got a lot of stuff. And if you've not been following my tweets for the past few months, it's because I haven't made any. But just this week, I started resubmitting some things to Twitter, and you might want to follow us. And here I am telling you this. I don't even remember. I think I'm King James Code on Twitter. Anyway, you can look us up there and follow us on Twitter. I am tweeting, is what they call it. I'm tweeting my weight every day. I got into a conversation with Jazz, our webmaster, and we were talking about weight, and I was talking about how I weighed too much. I mentioned that in a sermon last Sunday, and I thought, why don't I do something about it? So I have a goal. I'm looking forward to a goal here, and I've done this before, and weight loss is easy. I've lost weight lots of times and had to keep gaining it back to get it back, you know. But anyway, I'm going to lose 40 pounds by June 30th. I didn't say I'm going to try to. I said I am. And you guys hold me to this now. But anyway, I am tweeting my weight every morning. I expect some of you ladies would probably like to get in on that. You know how ladies don't like to tell everybody how much they weigh. But anyway, I'm tweeting my weight. You can look us up. I think we're King James Code, something like that. Anyway, follow us and follow my weight loss journey. Anyway, back to the news. Back to this militia group that was arrested. Here's the news article. And there's something on here that I want to get to in this article because I think it means everything. This is what will happen when you decide that the Bible is in your hands and you're going to try to interpret the Bible for God and for other people. This is why, to me, this book is sacred. It means everything. I don't tell God what this Bible means. God tells us what this Bible means. Let me get into the story here. It says, a Michigan man authorities accused of being a heavy gunner for Midwest Christian militia denies involvement in any plot to overthrow the government, his attorney says, and she plans to present evidence to prove he's different from his fellow defendants. Michael David Meeks, 40, of Manchester, faces a federal detention hearing Thursday in Detroit, where defense attorney Lisa Kirsch-Satawa said evidence would be presented to distinguish Meeks from 8 other suspected members of Hutaree, charged with seditious conspiracy or plotting to levy war against the United States. Let me move on down here. Prosecutors say an undercover FBI agent who infiltrated the group. And let me stop right here. When I first heard about this group being arrested, my first thoughts went back to Oklahoma City and the Oklahoma City bombers, plural, because it was documented, and people should be aware of the fact that Timothy McVeigh belonged to one of these right-wing, and by the way, I'm right-wing, belonged to one of these anti-New World Order, by the way, I'm anti-New World Order, skinhead white supremacist groups. I am not white supremacist. Anyway, he belonged to one of these groups somewhere in western or eastern Oklahoma, western Arkansas, which is like a hotbed for these groups. We know for a fact that there were FBI agents inside that camp. We know that for a fact, and the suspicion is that the bombing was planned inside that camp with government awareness that it was going on. That's just one of the ideas that's floating around. And I will tell you that there are groups in this country that are just like this group, or worse, or better, according to the Bible. And I will tell you, we've already seen so many things come out this year. I am telling you that more than likely these groups are being watched. There are agents inside. I'm not one of these that thinks, oh my goodness, the government's watching me. I'm sorry, I can't talk about this on my cell phone because I think the government might be listening. You know what? If you don't have anything to hide, then don't worry about who's listening to your cell phone conversations or reading your email. As Christians, we're to have an open lives. Our Bible, Paul said that our lives were an epistle to lost people, to be read by men. Our lives, if you're not doing anything wrong, then you don't have anything to worry about. It's groups like this that are trying to hide their sedition and their plans to be God in God's place, to try to overthrow the government. And I believe in governments, and I believe in the American government. No, not everything, most of what's going on right now is wrong. But it's not my place, and it's not your place, and it's not these guys' place to remove that government. It is God's place. And some of you will write me emails and say, Pastor Hoggard, you're part of a group. You're part of the New World Order. No, I'm not. I'm part of what this Bible talks about. And I believe that God will destroy Pharaoh, not me. And I'm going to show you what I'm getting to in a minute. But I just want to let you know that more than likely, groups, people who take a stand, Tea Party people, Christian watchers, people of the Watchman video broadcast, maybe even Mike Hoggard himself, we're being monitored. We're being watched. And you know what? As long as we're being watched, we might as well present the truth to a denying, unbelieving world. We might as well tell the truth and let our lives be an open book. But anyway, prosecutors say an undercover FBI agent who infiltrated the group and a cooperating witness aided an investigation into members' alleged plans to make a false 9/11 call, kill responding police officers, then set off a bomb at the funeral to kill many more. An indictment said that after the attacks, the group planned to retreat to rally points protected by tripwire explosives for a violent standoff with law enforcement. Let me move on down here. There's another website that described who this Hutaree group is. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. The group's website describes a Hutaree as a Christian warrior. That sounds like Joel's Army to me. It goes on, we believe that one day, as prophecy says, there will be an Antichrist. All Christians must know this and prepare. The Hutaree will one day see its enemy and meet him on the battlefield, if so, God wills it. Let's see here. Let's move on down here. According to an indictment, the Hutaree accused of devising a complicated plot to kill a police officer. We already talked about that. Here's what I want to get to. They're talking about confronting the Antichrist. They say here that Hutaree will one day see its enemy and meet him on the battlefield if God so wills it. Now I'm going to stop right here, and I've got some other things I want to get to here in a little bit. And here's what the Hog Man believes. All right, Revelation chapter 19. That's what I believe. I believe in the Bible. I believe when you start interpreting the Bible to accomplish your own goals and your aims, that's where you're going to go wrong. I believe in an Antichrist. I believe in Armageddon. I believe in these things. I believe this is going to happen. I believe that there's going to be one great cataclysmic final war on planet Earth. I don't think it involves the Hutaree, whatever.